Hi you guys, welcome to my channel. I am Arlette Rodriguez. This is my introduction video with a Q&A. Let's see. So I'm going to start off with an introduction. So for those who don't know me, I am 19 years old. My birthday is in April. We'll be turning 20 this year. I went to Hooper Valley High School. Let's see. I am an orthodontic dental assistant. I went to Northwest College for 9 months, graduated, and I'm on my way to getting my RDA. So I only have one sister. She is Yareli Rodriguez. She is a freshman, almost going into a sophomore in high school. She is gonna turn 15 this year, February, pretty soon. Don't really have any more siblings, only got one. And I do have a boyfriend. We've been together for 2 years, almost 2 years. 2 years, let's just say 2 years. He's great, he's awesome, he's amazing. I hope he'll be coming out in some of the videos so you guys can meet him. Some of you guys already know him, and for those who don't, well, you guys will be meeting him very soon. I think that's it. I think that's all I really got to say about my introduction. I don't think there's anything else that I really got to explain. I mean, no, I think that's it. Alright, so let's get started with some questions that I got asked on Instagram. I only picked out 5. So there's one question I'm going to leave towards the end. My hair's a mess. There's one question I'm going to leave towards the end. Not because I think it's not important, but because I think it's maybe one of the most important questions, and mostly a question that everybody kind of wants to know about and questions about and likes to talk about it. So let's go ahead and get started. First question: what year in high school was your least favorite? Nice. What year in high school was my least favorite? So high school really wasn't the thing for me. I kind of want to say high school, I had my ups and downs with high school. High school was good, high school was bad, but I kind of want to say it was mainly bad for me. I don't really have a least favorite year because I don't think I had a good year. If anything, my best year was senior year. So for my least favorite, I would probably have to go with freshman, sophomore, and junior year. I went through a lot in high school, and again, it wasn't my most favorite. Those weren't my most favorite years, you know. So those of you that went through it with me kind of know what I'm talking about. Those were some rough years in my life, but so yeah, I don't think there's, yeah, I honestly think freshman, sophomore, and junior year were my least favorite years, but senior year was a blast. Senior year was good. Second question: will you be doing this with your boyfriend? Okay. Will I be doing this with my boyfriend? I hope so. I really deeply hope so. Those are the plans. But I'm not quite sure yet. If I was to do a whole full YouTube channel with him, I would make my own channel with him. Not this one. I wouldn't really use this one. This would be more for me, more for makeup tutorials, more for pranks, pranking either my family, pranking my boyfriend, pranking my sister, pranking whoever, friends, challenges, you know. This would be more for me, I want to say. Then of course, if I would want to do something like that with my boyfriend, I would make a whole other YouTube channel with that. So I have talked to him about it. I have explain to him my plans and my goals, and he, of course, he supports me. He always does, and You know, he always gives me good feedback on what I want to do and how I should do it. So I think maybe we will get there. Maybe not right now at this very moment, but maybe pretty soon. I will update you guys on that. I will let you guys know if I will open my own YouTube channel, sorry. But maybe he'll come out in a video or two on my channel until we really decide what we want to do. So that's that. Question number 3. Where do you see yourself in 5 years? Cool. Where do I see myself in 5 years? So in 5 years, I would be 25. Okay, so by 25, I hope I'm already finished with my career. Of course, I'm an orthodontic assistant right now, like I said earlier, but I do want to grow in that. I don't want to just stay there. I want to be able to grow and go higher in my position, I guess, because I can. There is always space to grow. There's always space to do better. And I do try and motivate myself every day for the people around me to be better and do better. So that would be 1. In 5 years, I hope I'm the highest I can be in my career. I really do have faith, and I do believe in God, and I know if you work hard for things and you give it your all, I feel like they will come true, and hard work pays off, right? But another goal, 5 years, I do hope I have a family, my own house. That is a major goal for me, and I really hope if it's sooner, it's sooner, but I really hope by then, by 25, I have my own house, my own career, and my little family. I seen your head.
Oh, really?
Yes, it was right there. 4th question. What are your goals for 2020? So what are my goals for 2020? Probably say, I was going to get a new car this year. I was going to get it towards the end of 2020. I was thinking to give it to myself for like a Christmas gift. But again, my plans came sooner. I just got a new car. I got it January 4th. I'm blessed with a new car. My old car broke down on me, and I had no other choice than to buy a new car, which is totally okay. I was ready for it. I am ready for it, and again, whatever God throws in my way, it's okay. He does it for a reason, and yeah, so I came in the year with the new car. My goal came in a year right before I expected it, but like I said, it's okay. Another goal for 2020 is to become an RDA, which is a registered dental assistant by the Dental Board of California. That is a big milestone for me. I will be doing that shortly. I really hope so. I hope everything works out for me with that. Another goal for 2020 would be to grow as a person, grow individually, mentally, physically. I think there is just many goals you can set for yourself. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for growth, mentally, again, physically. Yeah, I just think there's many things anyone, not just myself, anyone can personally change for themselves, for the better, But yeah, I think that's it for what are my goals for 2020. Now, the last question. This question has been asked a couple times, not just on my Q&A, but for other reasons. People always wonder about this story. People always question me. People always judge me. People always expect other things from me. I personally think that a lot of people want to know this story. A lot of people really want to know this story, and it's fine. I mean, I personally don't mind because I know I didn't do anything wrong on my part, and nor did this person either. I feel like we both worked around our personal life and what was going on in the moment to make it work out for us. Again, it is a very long story, and I will make a video explaining everything. Not explaining because I have no right to explain anything about my personal life, but kind of giving the story of how it all went down and what happened, because I just know that most of you guys want to know this. And I mean, again, it's totally fine. I don't mind, and nor does he. But this question says, how did you meet your boyfriend and what are your goals with him? So I'm gonna answer the second question of that question first. What are your goals with him? So my goals with this person, first of all, his name is James Herban. He did go to Fruita Valley High School with me. He is a year older than I am. I was a freshman when he was a sophomore. So that's kind of the time we met, but I'll get back to that right now. What are your goals with him? So my goals with him are huge. Our goals are huge. We are just thinking hella huge. We really want to grow together, mature together, be together for a long time. We do think of marriage. We do think of kids. We do think of moving in together, you know. I just think it's all within time, but we do have plans to do many things together. I love him, and I know he loves me, and we just bond differently. I don't think I've ever been so close to a male like that. It's just what we have is so different, and we don't put our stuff out there in social media. We don't really, put pictures of us out there, videos of us out there. It's mostly me here and there. He doesn't really like doing that as much, not because he doesn't like sharing me or putting me out there. It's mostly because a private life is a happy life, right? We like to keep our stuff private because not a lot of people support us. Not a lot of people like us being together, and again, that's not going to bring us down. That only makes us stronger, and that only makes us grow more, grow together as a couple, individually. It motivates us because we can be together if we want to. It's not anybody else's choice. It's not your choice. It's not nobody's choice. It's our choice. It's our life. It's our personal life, and we get to decide what we want to do with it. With that being said, let's go on to the next question. How you met your boyfriend. So, how I met my boyfriend. We met in high school, of course. I was a freshman, he was a sophomore. He's my ex's best friend. My ex's ex-best friend, because they're not friends anymore. They don't talk to each other. They don't, there's a line there. There's nothing to connect them with. And that's not because of me. That's not, I didn't do that. I wasn't the cause of them to not talk anymore. Of course, there's probably some friction there because of me and him, but that has nothing to do with why they stopped talking. That totally has to do with a different topic that does not include me talking about it, so I don't need to talk about that. Again, I will make a video explaining the whole situation, how everything went down. But I was broken up for a couple months, almost a year, and he decided one day to FaceTime me just randomly. And he just did this to me again like a couple of days ago, just to mess with me, and it totally reminded me of the whole story. But he FaceTimed me, when someone calls you and your phone rings, but you pull out your phone and then they hung up. So you see the missed call, but you heard them call you, but they hung up like this. So that's what he did to me 3 different times. So the first time he did it, I was driving. I was on my way to my friend's house, and he called me, and this was around Christmas. so he called me, and then he was like, I didn't answer, sorry. And then I was driving, and I was like, what? And I still had his caller ID. I had his number saved for some reason. I totally forgot I had his number saved. And he called me, and it said James. And I was like, what? Like, I was like, why is he calling me? Like, I mean, again, if you remember, and I'm pretty sure you do remember, but he was my ex's best friend, so I didn't know why he was calling me. I didn't know what the deal was. I didn't know what was behind that call. I didn't know what was the whole point of that. So I ignored it. I didn't want nothing to do with that. I totally ignored it. And like probably like a couple minutes later, he called me again, and he hung up again, like quick. So I was like, okay, what's going on? Like, now, because the first time could have been an accident, you know what I mean? The first time could have been an accident. Second time, kind of fishy. Then it happened a third time. So I was like, okay, there's definitely something going on here. So I decided to text this person, well, James. And I texted him, and I put, hey, what's going on? Did you call me? And he just put, sorry, my bad, an accident, or something like that. I don't remember exactly what he said, but point was that he said it was an accident. So he called me 3 different times, and it was an accident, I guess. So that's what he said. Didn't make sense to me. So then I told him, call me. So he called me, and he was just talking to me, and he was saying that he called me by accident. He didn't need to call me, and blah blah blah. And I knew it wasn't an accident. I knew there was something going on there. I just wasn't sure what was going on. Okay, and then came New Year's Eve, and we literally, he was at with his family, and family is in Hebrew over there, almost close to Mexicali. We ended up talking all night. We did a all-nighter. It was really nice. It was a while since I talked to somebody like that. We talked all the way up to 7 in the morning that day. We talked, I think it was already New Year's, because I think I did something for New Year's. I think I had like a little family party that year. I think so. I don't remember exactly, but I know we ended up talking. I wasn't sure if it was before 12 or after 12. I think it was after 12. And we called on the phone. We weren't FaceTiming. We were talking on the phone from early morning till like 7 a.m. And I remember I had like probably 1 hour, 2 hours of sleep that day, the next following day. And that phone call was so different. That phone call was like, it was great. It felt good to be able to talk to somebody who understood you, somebody who knew what you went through, and somebody who's seen you go through it. And he was my ex's best friend, so he did see how much I suffered, how much I went through stuff, and he understood where I was coming from, because again, he was there and he's seen it all. So it was nice to know that somebody knew I wasn't lying, and somebody knew I wasn't going crazy. So we just connected. We really did. We connected a lot that night, and it was great. It was a good feeling. He gave me a good feeling. He made me feel secure and protected, and I don't know, it was something different. So then a couple days after, it was January 2nd, we met up at Mount Rubidoux, and we talked. We met up towards the night, and we talked around Mount Rubidoux. We walked around the park. We had a great night. He opened up to me, and I opened up to him, and just as friends, nothing more than friends. We were just talking, and like I said, our connection that night, I will never forget, and that connection is still here till this day. And I'm very proud to call him my boyfriend, because I know he's not going to be going behind my back doing something that I know a guy should never do to his girlfriend. again, a lot of people don't like us being together. A lot of people don't believe in us. A lot of people judge us, and nobody knows the real story. Nobody knows what really happened. Nobody knows how things went down. And again, I will do a video explaining everything I went through, explaining how I went through certain stuff and how hard it was for me. And again, maybe some of you don't care. Some of you won't care even though if I make that video, and you'll still want to judge me, and it's perfectly fine. There's always going to be people that judge you. There's always going to be people that don't like you. There's always going to be people that are not okay with the decisions you make in your life. But let me tell you something, it's your life and you get to make the decisions you want to make. Imagine if you did what people wanted you to do just so you won't get judged. Imagine if you go and jump off a cliff just because somebody tells you to jump off a cliff. Then what? You ended up your life for somebody else who's now, you know what I mean? This is out to everybody too, not just me. Those of you suffering in silence, I was there once, and I'm telling you right now, live life the way you want to live it. Don't live it accordingly to everybody else. Don't do that. Don't do that to yourself, because that's not living. Unfortunately, that's not. And if I would have listened to everybody who judged me about my relationship, I don't know what would have been of me right now. And honestly, I am the happiest I can be right now. I am glowing with happiness, and that is thanks to myself, because I didn't listen to anybody else who judged me about it. I did what I wanted to do, not what everybody wanted me to do. So that's that. But those are all the questions I have so far. It's already a long video, so I don't want to make it any more longer. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope you guys liked my first video. I know it was kind of lame. It was more of an introduction type of a Q&A, and I'm sorry. I promise you my videos won't be this boring. I am a very hyped person. I have a very hyped family, a very hyped boyfriend, so I really hope you guys can support me throughout my journey. All right, you guys, thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next video.